I'd love to invite Jenny Ming from Charlotte Russe up to come talk to us, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about living in this crazy environment.
Thank you. Actually, I understood some of the things you talked about, so that's a great thing. Thank you all for coming today. I am here to talk about disruption in retail. So as you know, retail has always been about change, especially in apparel retailing. If there's no change or newness, why would you even need to buy new things? So our goal has always been bringing new things and changing. I remember, what Don Fisher said many, many years ago. He was the founder of The Gap. And he always said, if you don't change in retail, you die. And of course, at that time, I thought it was a little dramatic. Today, I think about what he said and I realize how true that is. And it's not so much about change, it's how fast you need to change. So in retail, especially apparel retail, it has been about product. We've been very much a product-centric business model for many, many years. If you have the right product, an innovative product, you will win. It was a push model. We always tell you what the trends are, what you need to buy, what you need to wear. Today, all that has changed to a consumer-centric model. I think you heard it from Greg. We are closer to our customer than ever before. And this is all new to us in retail. Product is still important, but now that is a given, is table stake. The consumer now holds the power of engaging with you whenever and wherever they want. They have infinite choices. So how we used to start a new season would be what we call a product life cycle. From spotting and researching trends, to designing the product, to manufacturing, to finally hitting it in the store. Today, we don't talk about that. We start with the consumer or customer journey. It's about understanding his or her lifestyle and the touch points that are important to them, understanding the motivation and behavior analytics, which is something we never used to talk about. So I remember how having a really good eye for product was the answer to everything. Today, having the right data to help us better understand and make better decisions is a very important component. So I care about when she's searching for an item to help me decide when to bring something in. So remember, you used to see heavy fall item in the middle of summer. Like right now, in the middle of July, and then you see all these sweaters and jacket coming in. And then it will be sitting on the shelves or in the store for a good 2 months before anybody is really interested in buying it. And that has all changed. Customer data has now helped us decide when is the timing for a seasonal product. When should we bring it in, and when should we mark it down? There is so much great information we didn't have before to help us with our business. So part of that is really using it and be smart about it. So growth used to come from opening many, many stores. Today, growth comes from what the increase of your e-commerce business is, which is very different. Today, bricks and mortar is struggling with decline in traffic. Store closure are at record high, in the tens and thousands. I am sure you have seen all the headlines yourself. This is worse than the 2008 recession. The forecast from analysts is that 1 in every 4 malls will be closed. We are oversaturated with retail space. So if we compare ourselves to maybe every 100 American customer with our Canadian counterpart, we have 40% more retail space than they do. And compared to UK, we have 5 times more space than they do. Both are substantially less than what we have. So you could only imagine what we're doing is really something that's very necessary. So we used to go to the mall and browse and get inspiration. Today, over 60% of our browsing or research before buying starts with our phone. With that, he or she can decide where they want to go, who has the best price, and who is in stock. They can choose shopping in a physical store or shopping online. Convenient, efficiency, customer service, and reviews all play in their decisions. So of course, Amazon, of course today is Prime Day, right? Amazon has changed how customers shop. They are now the largest apparel retailer online. They don't just sell commodity. At $16 billion in apparel, they have 30% of the e-commerce apparel business. And by 2021, it is projected they will own 50% of the apparel online. So expectation of e-commerce in total retail will be growing double digits. Last year, it hit $2 trillion worldwide out of $22 trillion, which is about 6% of the total. By 2020, it's 3 years from now, it will be $4 trillion out of $27 trillion. So it makes it 15% of all retail will be online. So of course, you know, China is leading the way with the largest e-commerce economy in the world. It already has 15.5% of the total retail is done online. 36% of the population buy online at least once a week. What has propelled the growth has been the expansion of middle class, greater mobile and internet penetration, and growing competition of e-commerce players and improving logistic and infrastructure, especially mobile payment, has all fueled their growth. The Chinese consumer use their mobile to pay their purchase 50 times more than the American consumer. So you can imagine how fast they're growing and why they're growing. So online and offline is something that used to be very separate in the world. So with the rise of e-commerce, especially mobile, the line is certainly blurring very rapidly. And the best model is really an omni model in retailing of converging online and offline. And offline, offering consumer options to shopping online with home delivery, or shopping online and picking up from the store, shopping in store and taking merchandise away, or shopping in store and delivered to your home or office. All these possibilities are giving customer whatever options they want. The consumer really, really, truly rules. So with the downgrade of stores, you would think that there would be less investment in stores. Not true. In fact, many retailers are pushing to improve the shopping experience. The malls are also diversifying and being more thoughtful and resourceful about the tenant they're bringing in more excitement, more experience in the mall. So physical stores are always, you know, when you think about it, limit to how much assortment you can have. The online stores are now our new flagship stores with more product extension and exclusive. The brand expression is important in all channels, not just one, all of them. So when I was telling Amir that I was leaving for Paris and London this week, he asked if I was going to see any of the fashion shows. And first I said, I wish. But the answer is no. Why? Also today, because all the fashion shows, pretty much all the designers now live stream online. So I can be anywhere and see any shows around the world, wherever I am. This is one of the reasons why fashion trends can be inspired much faster than ever before. This is the reason why fast fashion like Zara and H&M can bring runway fashion to their customer faster than ever before. Everything is happening faster and more available in any price points, all to the impact of the internet. This is one of the many, many things that have changed. And then seriously, I probably could go on and on for hours about all the changes that's happening in retail. But if you are in retail today, it's definitely a disruptive time. It's not easy. You really have to have an iron stomach to be in this business today. It's also the best time to reinvent and transform with so many possibilities and opportunities. You know, what I want to do is really give all of you just a small glimpse into what is happening in the e-commerce space with the bricks and mortar. And I'm very excited about, you know, being part of ISDI and really promoting digitalization in retail, in organization, and also in your own personal life. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to Amir, because I heard about cookies and cards and all that kind of stuff.